transit, Mars plus transit, because not Mars transiting the four planets going together in the transit mode. And three other planets with Mars are Sun, Mercury and Venus in the same house. So for each and every sign, I'm defining the effect as well. Scorpio, after 17th of January 2026, the transit, Mars, Sun, Mercury, Venus in third house. This transit has an effect of making your everyday surrounding and activity more pleasant, more agreeable. Your courage and confidence and communication is paramount. Your social life often picks up at this time. You get together with friends, neighbors to have fun or simply socialize and talk. All you're dealing with people in the world around you, in everyday world, will be pleasant and light. You will not want to discuss serious matters because Venus makes you interested only in pleasure of life. On somewhat deeper level, this transit can provide you an opportunity to discover that there is considerable amount of love in your routine life. You do not have to search for true affection. Many of us go through the life without ever acknowledging the love that we encounter every day. This is also a good time to let people know how much you love them. Do not leave it to the imagination. No. The third house is a house of communication, either directly through speech or through an exchange of letter or through email. You will also want to encounter beauty in everyday surrounding. You may beautify your neighborhood or introduce artistic activity that in your environment. Even if you only go for a short drive to enjoy the scenery, you're much more sensitive than usual to the beauty around you and can appreciate it tremendously. This transit turns your attention toward your immediate surrounding and increase your interaction with friends, neighbors, relatives, and business associates, the people you deal with every day. It is a good time to look at how you handle these casual relationships that are so important for your life. Often we develop unfortunate little habits in communicating with these people which undermine our effectiveness, our ability to communicate with them. In fact, clear communication should be one of the goals of this period. With the Sun in this house, in third house, there is a temptation to pour out energy and take none in. But try to avoid this instead of always being the active agent in communication. Be the passive one too as well. In other words, listen before you talk. This is also time of the year when tempo of your life accelerate. And there is more activity, more moving around, even in a sense of restlessness that can be assuaged only by getting out and doing things new and different. You might take up the study of a subject that you have never encountered before, or might take a series of short trips. Taking a vacation at this time will work out, but you might find it difficult to break away from the pattern of your everyday life while on vacation. You should integrate traveling into your routine at this time instead of using it to get away from everyday life. This is an especially good time to tell someone clearly how you feel about some subjects. If others have been confused as to what you are doing or thinking in some area, you should be able to now communicate your real thoughts and intention. Don't leave people in the dark about yourself. Your mental process should be relatively clear now, and you can use this ability to get thought through to others. If you don't feel clear yourself, this is a good time to consider your own position. Make it very, very clear. For you, this is a natural time of the year to do this. The tempo of your everyday life will pick up considerably during this transit. Your energies will be high. There is a considerable danger of conflicts with immediate neighbors, relative, other person whom you may encounter daily. However, you may be able to get together with these people and collectively accomplish something unique, that would represent a positive working about of the energy of this transit. You identify very strongly with your ideas and opinion at this time. You are rather inclined to be argumentative. If someone disagrees with you, it seems like a personal affront. Instead of identifying with your possessions, as in the second house transit, you identify with your belief. Of course, there are times when you have to defend your ideas or on any subject, and you ought to do so then. The problem here is identifying whether or not there is a real issue at stake. You may get into a pointless argument by defending a position that doesn't need to be defended. Beware of trying to conquer other into believing as you do. You put forth your ideas with considerable vigor at this time, which may provoke others. Even your routine communication, letters, emails, conversation may take on a defined tone, especially if you feel that others have had the upper hand at this other times. Remember that overly aggressive Mars energy is a sign of deficiency of someone whom does not really feel secure. On the other hand, if you have to sell an idea of yours to someone in your job or someone else, this is a good time to do so. This is a good time to do it. As long as you refrain from giving people the impression that you are attacking them, you'll impress them by the power with which you state your ideas. This transit is also good for any kind of vigorous mental work. Your mental level is high and you can work longer than usual at intellectual tasks. This means that its action is intensified and you will feel its energies much more strongly than usual. You will have many groups, discussions and conversation with others. You will meet new people, possibility travel quite a bit, certainly have a bit more contact with relatives, immediate neighbors. It is if your electricity was suddenly turned on in your mind and you feel that you have to communicate with as many people as possible. This is a good time for all kinds of intellectual activities. Assuming that is in your natal horoscope, there is no serious afflictions to this house. It is also a good time to speak to others and listen to them. It is not a good time to try to settle down and relax. The tempo of the event in your environment is likely to be too fast. It will be difficult to avoid getting caught up in it. Nevertheless, you should try sometime to disconnect yourself from this frantic pace, because it may get into a point that you're continually distracted, unable to think properly. For this reason, it is not a best time to try to reach a conclusion of some matters. Wait until the tempo slows down. You can look over what you have learned with some perspective about the whole process. Use this time to gather information rather than reach conclusion. In dealing with others, contract negotiation or business deals, it is wise to use this time period to make everyone's position very clear and to discuss possibilities rather than to reach final conclusions. Keep your mind flexible now. Be ready for any new experiences that may come along. Do not allow your point of view or your opinion to harden. Be careful. Scorpio, task precaution chanting to boost this transit, very powerful. Task number 1, do pierce your left nostril and do wear a metal stud for 12 days. After 12 days, take out the stud and flow in the fast flowing river, but make sure you're not performing any other task whatsoever during those 12 days. This will boost you up completely. Precaution for this particular time period: refrain from being stubborn and acquiring a very stubborn attitude, losing temper all the time, and foul behavior, problems or becoming argumentative all the time, or starting a living conflict with your own family member. And look after your health, look after your partner's health. Scorpio, the chanting which will give you ultimate boost: Bhadrakali, Mahakali, Kili Kili Fat Swaha. Bhadrakali, Mahakali, Kili Kili Fat Swaha, Bhadrakali, Mahakali, Kili Kili Fat Swaha, Bhadrakali, Mahakali, Kili Kili Fat Swaha. More you do it, more you achieve success, prosperity, rising and accomplishment. You can take your astrological journey even deeper by downloading my free app. Just sign up and you receive a complimentary basic consultation as my welcome gift to you. But you'll have access to premium content. Weekly horoscope premium content, monthly horoscope premium content, yearly horoscope premium content. Yes, with transit effect, conclusions, task precaution chanting, very thorough report, weekly, monthly, yearly. Wish you all the best. Thank you.